Let me ask you something. Have you ever sat down to create content only to spiral into overthinking? You're wondering, is this going to sell? Will people care? Is this good enough? And before you know it, you're actually talking yourself out of sharing what it is that you came to share. So today, I really want to talk about how you can get into the headspace, a place of power and service and creativity so that you can connect with the clients that you really want and breaking that cycle of overthinking and focus on what really moves the needle, serving your people and sharing your best work. Now, let's actually start with why we overthink things. And I totally get it. I have been there before. I work with clients all the time where you're so stuck in the funnels and the marketing and the sales and all the rest of it that your purpose, the thing that you're actually here to do, is secondary. It's like I can't serve my audience because I have to fix my business. And it's the worst place to be because it's such a scarcity mindset and it keeps you stuck. It keeps you feeling not enough. It keeps you feeling like you haven't figured it out yet, like you have to learn more, or you've just got to be in this back end of the business all the time. And the truth is that when we're overthinking it, we're never going to be in our full potent, I'm ready to serve my audience energy. And it's going to stop you from creating from a place of excitement and joy. And I know that this is what my audience needs. So there's two things that I want to share with you today. The first thing is the business part, and the second bit is the service part. So obviously, if your business is not working the way that you want, it's natural that you're going to feel stuck in that you're going to be like, I need to fix this and work out how to make this work for me. So, spending time and having that time. So, Monday mornings for me are my CEO mornings and days. It's where I'm working on projects. I'm meeting with my team. We're working out funnels and what's working and what's not so that we can continue to build and grow the business and make sure that we know where things are at. And so, setting aside that time means that you can actually fix the problems. So if you do have areas in your business that you need to work on, whether it is how leads are coming in, what lead magnets you've got, what funnels are working, what kind of things you're delivering to your client, how you're attracting clients, converting clients, serving clients. And so give yourself the space and the time to do it, but do it in a really focused way where you're actually able to look at it and measure it instead of just feeling like things are not working. I think that is one of the biggest pitfalls that a lot of business owners deal with is I feel like things are not working, but you don't have a strategy or structure in place to be able to know. So really knowing what's working and having the metrics, having the information that you need is important. So even for us right now, we're revamping some of our lead magnets. So we've had lead magnets in the past that have worked really well. They're not working as well now because obviously the market shifts. And so we're looking at, okay, who are we trying to speak to? What is it that we need to be giving them and serving them? And how can we create something that's going to be really useful? And so booking out a half day to sit and review that and work on that and plan it and then get it up and out there means that I then get it off my mental load and I can focus on how I show up and I serve you and how I show up and I share my best content, my methods, my strategies to help you be able to build your personal brand and get out of your own way. Now, if you're somebody who is a natural overthinker, I know you're out there. But if you're somebody that's a natural overthinker or a natural warrior, then I get that this is something you might have to deal with a lot. So thinking about why am I overthinking this? Why am I constantly worried about this? Why do I feel like I have to keep learning things that I've probably already learned and I know what it is that I need to do now? And that can be self-sabotage. It can be the fear of success or the fear of failure can keep you stuck in that hamster wheel of constantly trying to fix things in your business. It could be the fear of judgment that if you actually get this right and you do the work that other people might have things to say about you. It could be the pressure to sell or perform where you're like, if I just keep tinkering with my business, then I actually don't have to show up and share what it is that I have because I'm fixing things over here. And then there might also be the thought of, is this even good enough? Is this going to help my client? Am I going deep enough? And because I work with a lot of clients who have been in the offline space, now coming online and being more visible, meaning that there are going to be people that you don't know that are going to see your content, might hold you back from sharing some of your best work. So the first thing is fix the business, dedicate the time to work out what needs to happen, get the help that you need to do that, and structure it the way that you need so that you free up your creative energy to serve your clients and create content that's going to speak to more of the people you want to be attracting. The second part of that is shifting to giving energy. Now, I actually saw a creator. His name is Caleb Rolston. He used to work for Gary Vee. He's worked for the Hermoses, and he actually dropped a free course on his YouTube. And everybody was saying, you're crazy to be dropping that free information, like going that in depth. But he's like, I got 10,000 leads from it. And so when you're new to the online space, I think it's really normal to think, I don't want to give too much because then why would people work with me? But the truth is that the better the information is that you give, then people are like, if you're giving this for free, obviously when I come and work with you, it's going to be even better. And also, getting free information online is very different to working with somebody and having them coach you and support you and help you to get to the goals and the outcomes that you want. And so, really trying to work on your abundant mindset that I have so much to give. And the more that I give, the more that I create, the more that comes to me. And so when you're able to think in that way, I think that it opens up the path to more creation. It opens up the path to more creativity. It helps you to show up in a different way where you're like, I'm just going to give as much as I can and the right people will find me. And it's the people that I have watched multiple videos, who I've followed for years, who I have bought from. They're the ones that I keep going back to. Why? Because the things that they share are so helpful and so useful to me that, of course, I feel like I want to give them my money. It's the law of reciprocity. It's the law of you've given me so much. I value it so much. I appreciate you so much. If I'm going to buy from somebody and learn from somebody and invest, it's going to be this person who I know is amazing at what they do. They've built so much trust with me. And so now they're the person I want to work with. They're the person who I want to give my money to. Because the truth is, there is a quote that says, you can't be in fear and serve at the same time. So let's talk about a few ways that you can get out of the scarcity mindset and into your service abundance mindset. The first thing is, instead of asking, what will this get me? Ask yourself, how can I help somebody today? And I was listening to somebody the other day, and one of the things that they said was, what is one question that your dream client has right now? And obviously, if we know who our dream client is, then we're going to know the answer to that. But just digging deeper, like the clients that you've got, the audience that you've got, what is a question that they're asking when it comes to what it is that you teach, what you talk about? Like, what's the burning question? What's the thing that keeps them up at night? And how can you create in a way that helps them with that problem? How can you create from a place of overflow? So what's something that you've just learned, you've taught, you've seen that really lit you up, and share that. So I was saying to a client the other day, I was listening to Diary of a CEO, and Stephen Bartlett and Simon Sinek were talking about relationships. Now, my client is a psychologist and she specializes in relationships. So I said to her, take that clip, because we were talking about the episode. I said, take that clip and then do some commentary on it. Yes, why this is so important, why this conversation matters, how you've worked with clients to help them be able to achieve having better relationships in their business, their work, their life. So when you see things and you think they're amazing, share them. I've got some examples of brands that I've been loving lately where they've had such great storytelling where I'm like, this is a masterclass in brand storytelling. This is a masterclass in bringing your clients and your customers along for the journey. This is a masterclass in launching a product where people are really excited to be part of what you've built. And so when I saw that online, I'm like, I need to grab some of that and do a green screen and share that, because I thought it was amazing and I thought it was exciting. And I actually shared it in a masterclass that I did the other day as well. It's not always just ideas that are coming from your head. Looking around and seeing what is inspiring you and great examples of what it is you teach your clients to be able to do is such great content to be able to share. And the third way that you can get out of scarcity and really into service is to focus on the one person. So think of the client or the DM that you've had lately. What would you say to them directly? Say it online. So I have some great conversations with people in my audience where we have DM conversations and they say, Suze, I'm really feeling like this, or I'm struggling with that. And so the things that my audience and my clients are struggling with, I know that other people who I want to work with, they're struggling with the same things. So be somebody who becomes really aware and notices so that you can use that in your content. Obviously, you're not naming your clients, but you're sharing what it is that you're talking about. And at the end of the day, the women that become known, trusted, and in demand are the ones who stop performing and start serving. So we need to learn how to get out of our own heads and have the tools to be able to do that. And we need to get into our heart and into our service and come back to the big vision that we have. For 10 years, I have been saying I help women become bold and powerful voices so that they can claim their space with confidence. After interviewing 100 women and finding out that there is so much baggage that we grow up with, where we're told we shouldn't be seen, we shouldn't be heard, we shouldn't show off, we shouldn't be too loud. Now, as we try and build our personal brand, so many of my clients are struggling with that visibility, with the confidence to show up, with feeling worthy of showing up, that their voice matters. And so, if you're somebody who wants to get out of your head, out of the scarcity of feeling like you've got to fix everything, like you don't have anything to say, then I just want to encourage you to share what you know, to give yourself the space and time to work on the business, but then get into your abundant energy, to get into the energy of giving so that you can create from a space of service. Say the thing, offer the insight. That is what makes people remember you, the stories that you share and the value that you bring. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what your big vision is. What is the purpose that you're here for? Who are you here to serve? And what is the kind of content that you want to be sharing? Drop it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.